Hi, welcome to day 4. We are almost through the Living the Fit Life webinar. So today we are talking about the fourth M, which is movement. Movement, exercise, all those things. People ask me all the time, what workout should I do? What's going to help me the most? What do you do? What does your week look like? So lots of questions around this and lots of things that I can share with you in the next 15, 20 minutes. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to work through the handout, which is your weekly workout framework. So essentially, we're going to walk through how I plan out workouts for people during the week and what that looks like in their plan. So when it comes to choosing what workouts you're doing, the number one thing is to do things that you like. So if you hate weightlifting and it's not something that you ever want to do, but you like going to bar class, great. You're going to get some strengthening there. And maybe you can start working in a little bit of more or a little more weights. But the bottom line is if you're going to be more consistent going to bar class, then go to bar class. That's great. Unless you are training for some fitness competition or doing some real physique intensive training, honestly, as long as you're moving your body, that's going to be better than doing nothing at all, right? So ideally, especially as we get older, we do want to be working in some strength training. So why is this important? Strength training helps increase our metabolism. It helps you build muscle. It helps you with bone density. So as we get older, especially for women, we tend to lose bone density. So strength training and body weight movements do help with that. Ultimately, the more muscle mass you have, the more calories you are burning throughout the day without even trying. So just waking up and moving around, you're going to have a higher metabolic rate. So that's kind of what I focus on with my clients. And like I said, it depends on people's goals, but having some component of strength training is going to be important. So I put on here, so step 1 is you're going to fill in 2 or 3 strength workouts for the week. So this can be whatever you want. It can be workouts that you do at home. It can be going to an exercise class. It can be doing like a Peloton boot camp. Anything like that would work just fine. So you want to put those in. So if you know your schedule ahead of time, I always suggest that people put their workouts on their calendar. You're going to be so much more likely to get it done if you know you have the time for it, you already have it on your calendar, and you have what you need available. So for my ladies who are working out at home, like I always suggest that they keep their yoga mat and weights in the corner of their living room, because when they go to sit down to watch TV at the end of the night and they have not done their workout yet, they're going to see that. And it's going to be a good reminder of what they need to get done. A lot of times it doesn't take more than 20, 30 minutes, but you feel so much better afterwards. So for example, I like to always tell people what I do, because I think not that it's right for everybody, but it gives you a good idea of what my week looks like, because I don't work out intensely. You have to remember, I'm working with clients most of the day. So I'm on my feet, I'm doing things, I'm moving around, but I'm not grinding it out all day, every day at the gym when it comes to my own workouts. So when it comes to 2 to 3 strength workouts, I usually do one like heavier weightlifting day. So I'll do that on Mondays, because that's when my body's recovered. I feel really good. I usually do a day or 2 of Pilates. So that's the other form of strength training that I like to work in. And then I kind of piece together the rest of the week from there. So I might add in some cardio. We might go for a hike on the weekends. If I'm feeling really good, like I said, I'll add in like an additional strength training day. So it just depends kind of where I am with my body, where I am in my cycle. So that has a lot to do with it, and what my goals are at that time. So anyways, step 1, I want you to take your calendar, write down what strength workouts you're going to do next week. Now, other question I get a lot is, should you be doing like a leg day and an upper body day, and, or should you do full body days? Like I said, unless you're training for a fitness competition, it really doesn't matter. I find that for most people, especially for my busy moms, I like to work in 3 full body day strength days. The reason I do this is because if they miss one, they're still working all aspects of their body. So I may do like a big circuit of like squats and push-ups and shoulder press and maybe some tricep work. So just trying to address all the areas of the body instead of splitting it up. Now, if I have someone who is going to the gym and they're really consistent with that and they have some more aesthetic goals. So for example, I have a woman right now who had done my 90-day program, was feeling really, really good about that, and then wanted to focus more on her aesthetics. So she was like, okay, like these are my goals and this is where I want to be. So how do I build more muscle and lose fat so I can get there? So for someone like her, she has like a leg day and a back and bicep day and like a chest and tricep day. So we just split it up like that just because then we can get in some more exercises for each body part. But like I said, for the average person who's working out at home or maybe going to the gym, just doing full body workouts is totally fine. And then if you're doing like high intensity strength training, that does count as a strength workout. So you can work that in however you see fit. Some people will do high intensity training like 3 days a week, and some people will work it in when they feel like it. Step 2. So this is the important part because this is something that people generally skip, is that you want to have some low impact days. So what does that look like, right? So I actually call these like active rest days. So things like walking, yoga, meditation, maybe like a light bike ride, going out with your kids. These are all low impact days. What this is going to do for you, it's going to help your body recover. It's going to help the circulation flow through your muscles. It's going to clear out your muscles of all the lactic acid and all the other things that make you feel sore. And this is going to help you get ready for that next day where you're getting back into the gym or you're jumping back into a workout so that you're not going into that workout feeling sore and tired. Right? We don't want to. So when we work out, the reason we feel sore is that you're getting little micro tears in your muscles. It causes inflammation. Your muscles get healed, they get bigger, and it goes on from there. Now, if we are continually breaking down our muscles without giving it time to recover, that's going to lead to a whole host of other issues. You're going to have fatigue, like I said, more inflammation, and really you're not going to get the same strength gains because you're not getting that recovery time in between. So very important, program your low impact days, right? And like I said, this doesn't have to be anything crazy. For me, those days include taking my dog for a little bit longer walk than I normally would, right? All right, and I mentioned this already, but step 3 is write down what time of day you're going to work out. So once again, if you're using the handout on here, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the whole week. Write down what time of day. That's always great. And then step 4, I want you to write a goal for the week. So a lot of times we can fill all these boxes and we're like, okay, I'm going to do this class twice. I'm going to do 2 Peloton rides. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then at the end of the week, you look at it and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't get everything done and I feel like a failure. That is not the attitude that we want to go for, right? So it's not an all or nothing approach. It's great to have a plan. And sometimes things happen. You know, your kid's sick, you have to stay home from work or whatever that looks like. It's totally okay, but let's set a realistic goal. So a lot of times for my women, I may program 5 workouts for them. And then I say, okay, I want you to focus on at least getting your core workouts in and an additional workout if you can. Right. And I know for some people, they're like, well, that's like, I want to be able to do it all. And that's what my goal should be. And that's totally fine. And if you do it all, great. You get bonus points for that. But we don't want to negate that if you only do half of it, it doesn't count. Right. So think about your goals. I put some example goals on here. So like complete at least 2 strength workouts, walk 20 minutes a day, increase my weights this week by 10%. So I like to pick really like qualitative goals. So things that can be measured. So using numbers is usually quite helpful. And then, yeah, so 4 steps, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So basically going from here, This can seem overwhelming to people, right? And especially when they walk into the gym, they're like, okay, great. I know I'm supposed to do strength training today, but what do I do? And so then they kind of wander around and they're like, okay, I'll do some of this machine, I'll do some of this, I'll do some of that. And that's great. But like I said before, if you're just doing kind of random workouts, that's exercise, that's not training, right? So if you're looking to jump into now, this can be anything. You can, oops, connection is unstable. I'm going to see if this will reconnect. I'm not sure if it's working. Okay, so this can be anything. You can follow a program that you find online. There's lots of great programs that aren't that expensive. You can download them. It will walk you through like 30 or 60 days of gym workouts or workouts that you can do at home or whatever. Or you can write something out yourself. So I did an entire little mini course on this a little while ago. So if you're interested in that, just send me a message and I will send that over to you, because pretty much it walks you through like how to put together workouts and like how to choose the right exercises. But yeah, basically you want to make sure that if you're doing a full body workout, you're hitting all the major muscle groups. So we're looking at a lower body exercise, some upper body, some core, maybe shoulders. And then you don't want to be doing the same movements over and over, right? So we want to talk about progressing our workouts up. When you plateau, so when you're doing the same thing over and over, you're going to stop seeing results at one point. So that's when you want to look at it and you want to be like, okay, can I go up in weight? Can I do more reps? Can I move faster if you're doing like high intensity stuff? So there's multiple ways that you can increase your intensity and then end up getting better results. This is especially true for my women who are working at home, because a lot of people don't have a whole lot of equipment. So we have to be a little bit creative when it comes to making progress once you've plateaued. And that can be that we're making the workouts a little bit longer. Maybe we're adding in some extra exercises or supersets. So we're layering exercises on top of each other, stuff like that. So there's so many ways that you can still make progress at home, even with minimal equipment. So when I'm working with my online clients, and like I mentioned before, when I work with people one-on-one, I am creating all these workouts for you. So all this stuff that we talked about today is done for you. It takes the thinking out of it. All you do is you open up the app. It tells you exactly what is assigned to you for the day. You watch the little workout videos and then you go for it. This is super, super effective for people who get discouraged by trying to decide what they're going to do. If you are a checklist person, you like checking boxes and knowing that once you got them done, you have that feeling of accomplishment, then these kind of programs are going to really help you. It really helps keep you accountable. That's the biggest thing. So I will admit to you, even myself, I have bought so many of these workout programs online. Like I'll see it, it will be like, 30-day build your glutes. I just actually bought that one a little while ago. And it was great. It's a great program. And honestly, if I followed it, I probably would have bigger glutes by now, but there's nobody holding me accountable to it. So I can put it in my calendar. I can write everything down. But honestly, a lot of the times I just kind of forget. I forget that I even have that program. So when you're working one-on-one with a coach, that's when you have someone checking in on you and making sure that you're doing it. And that is the game changer for a lot of people. It doesn't matter what exercise you're doing. Like, yes, we want to make sure that you're doing the proper exercises and you're doing things that you're not going to hurt yourself and you're going to reach your goals as quick as possible. But the fact that you have someone checking in on you every week and asking you like, hey, how was that workout? Was it too hard? Was it too easy? What can I change for next week? That is the game changer for a lot of people. So yeah, just know that that coaching piece is super helpful and super rewarding, which at the end of it, like I usually do monthly progress photos with people and they look back at their pictures and they're like, oh my gosh, I look so much stronger. I feel so much better. And I don't know why I haven't done this before. Most of my clients work out at home, so it doesn't take a lot. Okay. They can do stuff after their kids go to bed or maybe during the day while they're at school. And it's 20, 30 minutes a day. It's totally, totally doable. So that's what it looks like when it comes to putting together a more strength-based program. I also put together more training programs for people. So a lot of times I'll have people come to me and say, like, I would like to run a half marathon, but I also want to maintain my strength. So, like, what does that look like? So that's when we'll put together a more specific, like, cross training program where it's a mixture of running and strength training. You have to be a little bit careful when following programs like that because you can really easily creep into that overtraining piece. I find when people are training, especially for athletic events like marathons, it's really, really easy to do too much and then end up hurting yourself, right? So once again, another situation where it's super helpful to work with a coach so that you know that you're doing all the right things. You're going to be able to go to that event and feel strong and confident, but you're not going to go into that at risk of injury. So yeah, just remember the one-on-one programs are going to be on sale for $125, and I'm going to open up that tomorrow, and that's going to be open until Monday. Then I'm going to open it up to the public. So because it's very high touch, so I'm actually working with you, creating your workouts, checking with you often. I don't take more than 10 people a month. So yeah, this registration is only open for the next little while, and then it will be closed until the spots open up again, probably in the spring. So let me know if you have any questions about that. I want you to try to create your workout plan for next week. You can always send that to me for a little bit of feedback. But yeah, like I said, strength training, a little bit of cardio, a little bit of restorative movement, and you should be good to go. All right, guys, I am going to come on tomorrow. So tomorrow is kind of a free day. I'm going to go over a couple of the questions that I've gotten throughout the week. I know some people have messaged me on Instagram or sent me some emails. So I'm going to answer those questions for you. And if anything else comes up, feel free to leave it in the chat. But I'll touch base with you tomorrow at 7 p.m. and we'll go from there.